After all of the teasers, trailers, and analysis videos, the hype for The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom couldn't be much higher right now. In light of the game's imminent release, many fans of the Zelda franchise are still wondering how similar or different Tears of the Kingdom is from the previous entry in the series, namely 2017's The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. For this reason, we decided to put together this comparison video so you can get a better idea of what's been carried over from the previous game, as well as all the new features and developments you can expect in Tears of the Kingdom. Let's go! So naturally, players will still take on the role of Link in Tears of the Kingdom, and while Zelda also seems to feature pretty prominently, it's not clear exactly where or when she is. Both protagonists have undergone some changes since Breath of the Wild, and in Link's case, the most notable difference is his arm, which seems to have been corrupted or changed in some way. There are a few theories about this, but the most compelling one, at least to my mind, is that it's not actually Link's arm. So whose is it then? Well, it may have something to do with the Zonai, especially given the arm's appearance, but there's also a theory that it may actually be Ganon's arm. The question then is, was Ganon once a hero that somehow became corrupted by anger and a lust for power? Obviously we don't know for sure yet, but in any event, Link's arm grants him some magical abilities that he'll use to take down enemies and make his way across Hyrule. As for Zelda, who sported long flowing golden locks in Breath of the Wild, her hair has been cut short, and if I'm not mistaken, this is the first time she appears in a Zelda game without her characteristically long hair. In the final trailer for Tears of the Kingdom, she's shown wearing distinctly tribal garb, which most fans assume is the traditional dress of the Zonai. The fact that she also appears alongside what looks to be a shaman of some kind would also suggest this is the case. Now, she could simply be in an as-yet unknown or unexplored part of Hyrule, or she may actually be in Hyrule's past. Again, nothing's confirmed and this is just a theory, but Link may need to travel between one, or possibly more, timelines to save Hyrule from annihilation. As for Hyrule, much of the landscape from Breath of the Wild, such as Hateno Village, which has admittedly changed quite a lot, is still present in Tears of the Kingdom. But the newest entry in the Zelda franchise will definitely feature a substantially larger map which will probably take several hours to explore in its entirety. In addition, there seem to be two new layers to the map for players to explore. The first of these consists of the mysterious islands floating high above Hyrule, which undoubtedly hold some important answers to the many challenges Link will be facing. The next layer would appear to be some subterranean areas consisting of mines, dungeons, caves, and other poorly lit and little-known underground locations. In this respect, Tears of the Kingdom promises to be far more expansive and immersive than its predecessor, which is saying a lot since Breath of the Wild is definitely an awesome game with plenty of side quests and content. Tears of the Kingdom brings back just about everything that made Breath of the Wild great and simply builds on this winning formula with more content, exploration, and intrigue. And in terms of the big bad guy in Tears of the Kingdom, well, it's actually Ganondorf in his complete form as a Gerudo. In Breath of the Wild, players faced off against Calamity Ganon and Dark Beast Ganon, but now for the first time since The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, which was released about 17 years ago, Ganon is back to give Link and his allies as much hell as he can possibly muster. But that might not even be the end of it. There's also a strong chance that Demise, or some reincarnation of him, will also be a major antagonist in Tears of the Kingdom. If that's the case, then this might just end up being the most intense and memorable Zelda game ever. In many respects, Tears of the Kingdom is a tribute to the entire franchise as well as old and new fans alike, so I really wouldn't be surprised if the villains here turn out to be the two most iconic in the series. Then regarding abilities, Link won't have the Shaker Slate, but ostensibly using his corrupted or borrowed arm, he'll be able to harness the power of some newfound abilities. Fuse allows Link to use common items like rocks and sticks to augment certain attributes of weapons such as their strength and durability. Recall reverses the motion of an object, so any incoming projectiles can be turned back towards enemies, or falling rocks can be reversed and used to reach the islands floating in the skies above. Ascend allows Link to pass or swim through objects above him, so if you want to escape an underground cave or rise up through a sky island, this is particularly useful. Then there's Ultra Hand, which will let you create vehicles that you can use to get across Hyrule or, just goof around if you want. Tears of the Kingdom offers up several new gameplay mechanics and really allows you to experience combat and traversal in a far more immersive and compelling way. If there was ever a game where Hyrule felt like a world all its own, complete with different biomes, creatures, magic, lore, and weapons, then Tears of the Kingdom is all this and more. Also, before I forget, Link's arm isn't the only thing that has undergone some changes. The Master Sword is also in pretty bad shape, but if the logo for Tears of the Kingdom provides any kind of clue, the key to repairing the sword, either permanently or temporarily, may be found in the mysterious green magic that appears throughout the trailers that have been released so far. It's not clear if Link will be the one in charge of this task or if Zelda will take it upon herself to restore the sword. Thankfully, we'll all know a lot more very soon. Other characters that featured in Breath of the Wild that will also appear in Tears of the Kingdom include Sidon, the warrior prince of the Zora, Tulin, the son of the legendary Tiba, Riju, the leader of the Gerudo tribe, and Beedle, the traveling merchant. There will probably be several other familiar characters you'll encounter, but it's not clear who they are yet. As for new characters, the final trailer for Tears of the Kingdom features a woman who looks remarkably similar to Zelda and may even be one of her ancestors. But again, this is just a hunch, so don't take my word for it. Then the green creature that looks very much like a warrior is almost certainly a member of the mysterious Zonar tribe, whose ruins you can explore in Breath of the Wild. Again, not confirmed, but I will honestly be really surprised if this isn't actually the case. Overall, Tears of the Kingdom is said to be the best and most memorable Zelda game to date and takes everything that made Breath of the Wild great and further expands on it. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is out on May 12, 2023 and will be available on the Nintendo Switch. So that's basically all of the major overlaps and differences between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. So what do you think? Did I include all the most important info? Or is there some other stuff I might have overlooked? Please let me know in the comments down below. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already so I can keep bringing you awesome new gaming, VR and tech content on a regular basis. That's all for now. From me and the Rito here at Metasquad, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Later!